about tell people and be honest? What's going on?
Going to war on cancel culture and bringing the spotlight on issues and topics from around the city of Jackson.
I feel like Jackson, Mississippi.
No one else wants to talk about.
The whole system is corrupt and evil. It's unreal. And they don't care. And everybody knows that. It's just sad.
And fights for the soul of America.
I'm going to need y'all to explain to me what a positive solution is, because you positive solutions only people have been in charge for a while now. And I'm not seeing too many positive solutions.
You never met a motherfucker like me.
Strap in, turn up the volume, and get ready, Jackson, for unfiltered, no sugar added talk radio. It's award-winning podcaster Clay.
Boom, shakalaka boom. You're tuned in to the free range human show of choice, your daily dose of reality radio. This is the Clay Edwards Show. I am, of course, Clay Edwards, coming at you LIVE live inside the Men's Health and Women's Wellness in Mississippi Studios on 103.9 WYAB. Did I get it right that time, boss? 103.9 WYAB. Streaming worldwide. Oh, hold on. You know, I can't say 103.9 WYAB without saying the 50,000 watt. It can be a blowtorch. It can be a flamethrower. Tomato, whichever one works best for you. We're streaming worldwide on the Mazda of Jackson live stream. Shout out to Chris Carr and his lovely wife over there this morning at Mazda of Jackson. Appreciate them riding alongside, riding shotgun with me here on the Clay Edwards Show. Everybody out there selling cars today. Ellis Autoplex, Mazda of Jackson, boots on ground. Beautiful weekend, beautiful day. Great time to go out and buy some cars. Great time to be selling some cars. Love it. This was the kind of days, not too hot, not too cold, sunny. This is car buying weather. I could just about write a check before 9 o'clock in the morning for a couple $1,000, give or take, and know I was going to have a good day. I could start that day with no money in the bank, write a check, and know on a weekend like this that I was going to be able to cover that check by the end of the weekend. If I was to get paid as I went. Man, wouldn't that be cool? Sell a car, get a check simultaneously. Like sell one, get a check, sell one, get a check. Can we bring those days back? Man, I tell you what, I might get back in the car business if I got a commission check as soon as I sold a car. Like on the spot. You know, that I was not planning on talking about this. I'm just freewheeling it this morning a little bit while my other apps open up that I use. What was I saying? You know, sell a car, get a check. Oh, yeah. That would be so much fun because I tell you, the car business has a retention issues with it has kind of high turnover issues in employment and getting people to stay. If you sold a car and you got a check on the spot, I bet you very few people would leave that dealership. Very few. It's like, well, I can literally show up today and leave with money today. Today's Friday. I get it. It's an FAFO Friday, by the way. But let's just say it's a random Tuesday or a random Wednesday. Like show up, make money, leave. That'd be like being a legit version of a stripper or a bartender or something. Like, can we turn that into tips so there's no tax on it? I get a tip instead of a bonus, a tip every time I sell a vehicle or a spiff. Man, I'm over here trying to work my way back into the car business a little bit. You know, I got some free time during the day. I can make some anyway for that kind of deal. Anyway, that'd be great. You know, actually, me and Casey kind of did that when I was at Ellis that second time around. Well, when the second time around I was there, just we kind of did that. Just kind of sell a car, get a check. I like that. I think that's why I was so mad when we decided to go our separate ways. I done got a little spoiled. Anyway, man, y'all out car shopping, swing by and see my folks at either place, Ellis Autoplex, for all your quality pre-owned vehicles, especially your four-door, four-wheel drive trucks. You're looking for something new, something more late model, looking for some very low APR financing options, as low as 1.9, swing by Mazda of Jackson for your late model pre-owns, low mileage, as well as your brand new Mazdas. They even got some 2025s left, make you a heck of a deal. All right, man. The Mazda of Jackson live stream. We are, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Rumble. Like I said, we're back on Facebook. We got off Facebook back in early December. I decided I wanted to try to build up the YouTube and the other platforms. And then December 23rd, we got put in Facebook jail where we couldn't stream anymore. They're not paying me money to do it anymore. So I was like, well, you know what? I don't really want to give Facebook this grade A content. This is good content here. Dedicated audiences. I don't want to give that to Facebook. But what I didn't take into account was some people just ain't leaving Facebook, no matter how much they like your content. So the 90-day ban, I think it was a 60-day ban, something like however long it was from December 23rd to a couple of days ago. Well, I guess that'd be 60 days, wouldn't it? Yeah. So it was a 60-day ban. We're back. So anyway, we'll be here until we're not. So that's what I've learned about social media. It's what I've learned about being monetized on social media. There's times where I do really well at it. And you start thinking, man, I could get a bigger house. I could buy another car. But what I've learned is do not base any budgeting of your income, of your bills, on money you make on social media. It is not consistent enough to do that. You do not know you're going to have a big story, a big month, a viral video. You can do everything the same every month. You can do more, and make less, or get sideways with what do they call it? Their terms, their rules. I call it rules of engagement. Their community standards. That's the word I was looking for. You never know when you're going to get sideways with their community standards, and they say, "Zap, no more money for you. No more money for you." I mean, I don't want to tell you exactly how much I made back in November, but it was good. No, October and November on Facebook, it was good. And I'm not even talking about Instagram, just Facebook. Some of the second, third best months I've ever had on social media, and I've done really well on there. And then December, it slowed down by half, and the content was more. I put up more content, and then boom, they just nuked it on December 23rd because I shared a joke about my own sobriety. I thought I was making it funny. I said, man, I said the last time I did drugs, like hard drugs, I had a MySpace page. That's all I said. Basically celebrating close to 20 years of sobriety for the most part, maybe minus, one or two little hiccups here and there back in around 2014 when I got back in the club business for a little while, which I've been open about. Anyway, they didn't like that joke. Apparently I said hard drugs and zap. They demonetized me. I even appealed. I said, surely I'll win this appeal. I've won some appeals with them. I was like, surely I'll win this appeal. This is obvious. It's like, that's satire. I mean, I wasn't encouraging drug use. Man, it went all the way up to their appeal board, which is actually humans. And they still said no. And they still have not remonetized me. They told me I'd get my monetization back on February 20th or 21st, 22nd, something like that. And here it is on the 27th, and no monetization. No monetization. So I got in a conversation with an AI chatbot about it the other day. They said, yeah, well, I think I feel like I'm having a conversation with a human, and the chatbot's obviously more intelligent than a human over there in California. That's for sure. And the chatbot's like, well, you're just going to have to prove that you're not going to get sideways with community standards. I'm obviously not quoting it verbatim here. You're going to have to prove you're not going to get sideways with community standards for X amount of time. Then they'll remonetize you. I'm like, y'all suck. Y'all suck. Anyway, so rabbit hole there, right? I hope everybody's having a good morning. You're going to have a good morning. You got a big weekend planned. It is an FAFO Friday here. Shout out to everybody in the live chat. The LS Autoplex text line is 769-241-1944. Let's say, would I leave my phone somewhere? I left my phone out in the car this morning for the second time this week. I had to run back downstairs and pick it up, run back upstairs. I've gotten my cardio in for the day. Happened twice this week. what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, the Ellis Autoplex text line, 769-241-1944. Big story broke yesterday, and it's not local. It's not a local story. We're going to talk about some local stuff today. We're going to have Fred Shanks on at the top of the hour at 8 o'clock, and we're going to talk about some fun stuff. We got a massive, massive victory. A big, can I do a West Side? A big W. Holding up that West Side W here on the live stream. Big Tupac West Side. But instead of West Side, it's a win. We got a big win yesterday. About tied my fingers in a knot trying to do that. I've been talking about this a little bit with y'all, but I didn't want to bore y'all with it because some of y'all might not be into like tech and business and entertainment stuff. And I know it's not necessarily what y'all tune into the Clay Edwards show for. But we may have just won the biggest battle in the culture war yesterday. Because, you know, if you control the culture, you control the country. Netflix was going to buy Warner Brothers. And it wasn't going to be good, bro. Let me just tell you. It was not going to be good. And the whole next segment of the show, we're going to talk about it. However, there's a new company called Skydance, a newer company called Skydance, and it's owned by the Ellisons, one of the top 2-3 richest men in the world. Well, was it Larry and David Ellison? I forget which one's the dad, which one's the son. Well, they bought Paramount recently, which is CBS, Viacom, just all these stuff, Paramount Plus, you know, all that. Well, they lean more conservative. I don't even like saying they're conservative. They're not left-wing nut jobs. They're not even left-wing. But you know the thing now, if you're not left-wing, everything that's not left-wing is considered right-wing, even if it's not right-wing. So it was obvious that the California elites, the Hollywood elites, the media, all of these people wanted Netflix to buy Warner Brothers. And some of y'all may not know, this is not I'm not picking on anybody that doesn't know. Warner Brothers owns a lot of stuff. Obviously, it's one of the most legendary movie studios and it has one of the most legendary catalogs of classic movies. It owns DC Comics. That's Superman, Batman. They have Harry Potter. It's just some of these cultural tentpoles in media. And they also own CNN. Think about all the damage alone that CNN has done to this country. Well. And they own a bunch of TV stations as well. TNT, TBS, Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon. Oh, Nickelodeon. We talked about that last week, didn't we? Nicka Epstein Island. Netflix, we know, is ran by a bunch of left-wing Looney Tunes. The Obamas are on the board. Susan Rice is on the board. Now, Netflix, they got some stuff I watch. I have a Netflix subscription. Even after all the crap, they show some live sports events, NFL, Monday Night Raw, these fun boxing things they put on, these big boxing deals they put on. I'm not an anti-Netflix guy. I don't like their politics. I don't like the movies they make and shove down our throats and the shows they're making for kids. I don't like any of that stuff. But they have some stuff I do like. And, you know, my $20 a month versus, or not $20 a month, they're going to make or break Netflix. But the last thing we needed was Netflix controlling one of the most influential movie catalogs, or we'll call them IPs, intellectual properties. We did not need Netflix controlling these IPs because they've already killed the DC comic books, the Marvel comic book movies. They've already killed all those with woke crap. The most recent Superman, trash. Didn't even have a scene where he saved Lois Lane. What kind of Superman doesn't save Lois Lane? Surprised they didn't swap Lois out with Louis Lane. Lois is a transgender now. Anyway, when we come back, we're going to talk about the cultural significance. We're taking a victory lap, damn it. That's what we're doing. We're going to talk about this cultural significance in Skydance, Paramount winning the battle to buy Warner Brothers and to keep Netflix from doing it. And one of the other things, kind of like the blast radius of this, it saved movie theaters. Because if Netflix had won, Netflix doesn't care about sending movies to theaters. They were going to do a little bit just to kind of appease people. But Warner Brothers is the single biggest provider of theatrical releases to theaters. Well, Netflix is not in the theater business. They don't care about that. They occasionally release something to the theaters now just because it has to be in the theaters like 2 weeks to be nominated for any of these awards, Academy Awards, Oscars, that kind of stuff, Golden Globes, whatever. So it has to go to the movie theaters for like 2 weeks, I think. So we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about saving the movie theaters. We're going to talk about some of the tentpole IPs that they own and just the cultural significance of winning this battle and how important it is. We talk about the grooming of kids with all these kid shows, all the transgender and gay crap in it. A lot of that is about to stop because of this right here. This is massive. Hey, and don't forget, these are the same people that just bought TikTok also. So we're wrangling it back. We'll be right back on the Clay Edwards Show. And look, we're going to talk about a lot more this morning, but this is big. I want y'all to understand how big this is. You know, we don't talk a lot of business stuff on here, but we're going to this morning. And then we're going to get into the liquor stores. The liquor stores have fired a shot across the bow at Tate Reeves and our legislators. We're going to have one of those legislators on the show here at 8:05, Fred Shanks, talk about that and more. We'll be right back.
.1039 WYAB.
Hey guys, I have a secret for you. We notice. We notice when you're tired all the time. We notice when your drive is gone. We notice when you're just not feeling that into us. But here's the good news. It might not be your age. It might be your testosterone level. Hey y'all, I'm Morgan at Men's Health of Mississippi. We help men just like you. We specialize in giving you back your strength, your energy, stamina, and confidence. Don't settle for feeling less than your best. Call Men's Health of Mississippi today to find out what your testosterone level is. Trust me, we'll notice that too.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind with friends and family? El Patrio Mexican Restaurant is calling your name. With locations in Flowood and Cross Gates, Brandon, El Patrio is the cozy, family-owned gym where great food meets great times. Enjoy El Patrio's signature margaritas and happy hour specials that keep their customers coming back for more. Indulge in their authentic Mexican dishes prepared with love and served in a warm, family-friendly atmosphere. Come to El Patrio and taste the traditions. El Patrio, where family, flavor, and fun come together.
Here at Lake and Glass and Tint, we've become well known for two things: window tint and windshields. Now, when it comes to window tint, you already know that we're the go-to for home, car, and office. And as always, we offer free consultations. So if you're in the need of window tint or windshields, give us a call, 601-946-1000. Check us out on Facebook or Instagram or at lakeandglassandtint.com. Lake and Glass and Tint, where quality matters.
Ladies, tired of running on empty, sleepless nights, mood swings, stubborn weight, skin that has lost its glow? It is not just getting older. It is your body begging for help. Hey, y'all, I'm Morgan at Women's Wellness of Mississippi. At Women's Wellness of Mississippi, we bring it all together. Hormone therapy, medical weight loss, and the latest, greatest aesthetic treatments like facials, lasers, Botox, and so much more. This is where wellness and beauty meet so that you can feel amazing inside and out. At Women's Wellness of Mississippi, the best version of you is waiting right around the corner.
Pure Air Consultants offers services on your heating and cooling system. It's time to get your heating system serviced. We offer replacement, service, maintenance agreements. It's important because if you have a gas heating system, it can produce carbon monoxide. So you want to make sure you have your system serviced and cleaned to protect your family. You want to make sure your system is safe to run. You can find us on our website at mypureairconsultants.com, mypureairconsultants.com.
Got electrical problems? Marty Cowden and Cowden Electric are here for you. Cowden Electric is your trusted electrician, serving the Jackson area for 3 decades. Electrical repair, service, and home rewiring are just the start of what Cowden Electric can do. Cowden Electric also installs generators to keep your power going when everyone else's lights are out. Plus, LED lighting, remodels, new construction, no job is too small. Visit CowdenElectric.com today to see all that they do. Cowden Electric, powering your home and business.
When leaks, clogs, or cold showers slow you down, call on Anglin Plumbing, the plumbing experts who get the job done right the first time. Leaky faucet, sink, or toilet? Need a water heater installed? Call on Anglin Plumbing. You can always trust Anglin's reliable and hardworking technicians. Don't let plumbing headaches ruin your day. Call on Anglin Plumbing Service to get it fixed. And you can be a part of the team. Anglin Plumbing is now hiring. Learn more about Anglin Plumbing at anglinplumbing.com.
Your pool should be something you enjoy, not something you fight with. Hi, I'm Darren with Elite Pools. At Elite Pools, we do more than just service. We take care of everything your pool needs, from your routine maintenance to your full repairs, upgrades, and even complete transformations. If your pool needs a little attention or a fresh start, then Elite Pools can bring it back to life. Visit Elite Pools online at elitepoolsms.com. That's elitepoolsms.com. Or give us a call. At Elite Pools, we keep you swimming.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studio. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show. Hey guys, get out to either Martin's location here for lunch today. Livingston, downtown, Jacktown. You know where it is downtown. I don't have to tell you. Right there at Pearl Street and State Street, technically on Commerce Street. Funny how that works. There's an entrance on State Street. There's an entrance on Commerce Street, but it's on the corner of either and Pearl Street. Pretty cool. Anyway, you know where it is right there. You know where Martin's is. I don't know why I'm even having this conversation with y'all this morning. Either location, it is a fried chicken Friday. A lot of great fried fish all over the place today. McBee's, I know, has got great fried fish today. But if you're looking for fried chicken, either Martin's location has got you covered with their award-winning fried chicken. So good. I talked about it a couple Fridays ago and rolled my happy butt right over there to the Livingston location and got me a big old plate of that fried chicken. If you do, go to the Martin's Livingston location, sit down at the bar and tell my buddy Justin I said hello. He's our chat moderator on YouTube on the live stream too. So tip him a little extra for all the hard work he puts in, keeping the spam bots at bay. Martin's. Check out all the upcoming live entertainment on the website at martinsdowntownjxn.com, or follow both pages on Facebook, Martin's Livingston and Martin's Downtown. All right. Just had an interesting battle royale with somebody on X a second ago. I'd made a post talking about, and I'm not a guy that necessarily believes in being shadow banned and all that, but I do believe that Twitter 1.0 absolutely shadow banned anybody. It didn't matter if you had 10 followers or 1 million followers. And the Twitter files proved that, by the way, that the White House was literally sending screen caps and links to accounts that were talking negatively about COVID and Joe Biden that may have 15 or 20 followers, sending these to Twitter saying, take this account down. So I literally believe that anybody that spoke out against the regime, anybody that spoke out or questioned COVID or the vaccines in any way, form, fashion, or another, anybody, and this is definitely where I fall in, that didn't go along with the transes or the gayses or the George Floydses, I believe all those accounts got shadow banned. I got 8,100 followers on X. It ain't a lot. It's probably the lowest amount of followers I have on any of my platforms. I even have more on YouTube. which is really difficult to do with local content. And my post may get 150 to 200 views per on there. The math ain't mathing. And I've seen other people post about this too. And I could say, well, Clay, maybe your content sucks. Maybe it does, but it doesn't suck on any other platform. Any other platform. It gets at minimum 10,000 views a post. So the math ain't mathing over there on X. Now I use it for certain stuff, show prep. We stream there for the people that want to watch it there. But other than that, I don't know. It is not a platform that I benefit from at all. At all. It's probably a good thing too, because I say some pretty saucy things over there. But anyway, I'd made a post about that this morning, and some wanker, some photographer, MCE Photography, his name is Chad Edwards, says, hold on, I don't know why it's doing that. I was listening to the live stream simultaneously, I guess. Anyway, it says, how does it feel to be a bootlicker of an effing guy in diapers that Epstein said didn't have a decent cell in his body? Feel proud? Well, I can't say what I wrote back to him, but if you want to go see the reply, go to my X account now. Go to my X. You'll see why it's probably best that minimal people see my account over on X. It's at Save JXN, and it's the replies to my most recent post about having 8,100 followers and 99% of them not seeing my post. All right, let's jump into this Warner Brothers deal. And all that crap I talked about opening these other websites up, I jumped down that rabbit hole about the car business, and I did anything but open these other websites. Oh, here we go. We're getting it rolling this morning. I wish I had 3 hours today, man. I could do 3 hours today. No, ain't no doubt about it. There's some days you can rock and roll. And there's some days where it's like, oh man, 2 hours is about an hour and a half too much for my brain strength this morning. So one way to know you're winning a battle, that you won a battle, is by the reaction of your opponent, whether you even knew they were your opponent or not. And that is glorious. So when I knew that we had gotten a big West Side W last night, this broke late yesterday afternoon around 5:00. I ran over to X, as I'm prone to do, to see what the left-wing nut jobs are doing. And I found this response. Now, I don't know who this person is. Their name is Onion Person. But here was a reaction of theirs. It says, the most notable part. Now, this reaction was actually, I think, before the deal, it was announced that Netflix was going to officially bow out of the deal to buy Warner Brothers. But everybody kind of knew after Susan Rice put her foot in her mouth the other day, and she's on the board of directors. So their first post was the most notable part of the far right. Again, anybody that's not left is considered far right. The Overton window moved so far to the left. Says the most notable part of the far right buying up legacy news media is that liberals generally always trusted media far more, aside from places like Fox News. The downstream effect of this, maybe intentionally, is to have more people distrust media. Misinformation will spread easier. Now, the left, anything that isn't the agenda or the narrative is misinformation. Truth is misinformation to them. It's either their truth or it's misinformation. So this person, whomever Onion Person is, understands the importance of culture. Jameson used to always say it. I don't know where he got the quote from, but culture is downstream from politics. I'm telling you, we got a massive W. You guys need to be celebrating this morning. So another post from Onion Person was immediately after the news broke. That hashtag good guys win again. Trump told y'all we were going to do a lot of winning. You were going to get tired of winning. And I think that's a big problem on the right is we've done so much winning that y'all don't even realize we're winning. You're so ate up with this Epstein derangement syndrome that you don't even realize the W's that we're getting because you're watching the damn mainstream media and they're shoving this negative crap in y'all's face 24/7, or either that or you're perpetually online on places like X. Y'all, it's time to let go of the Epstein stuff. I know it's going to be unpopular. I'm just telling you, it's time to let go of the Epstein stuff. It doesn't matter who the next president is. Nothing is going to get done about it. Time to let it go and start taking some W's. And let's, how about this? Let's put the energy into preventing another Epstein. Can we do that? Well, Clay, didn't nothing happen to him? Nothing happened. He's dead. He died in jail. That's the equivalent of a death penalty. His sidekick, Ghislaine Maxwell, she ain't getting out for a long, long time. Should others be in jail? They should. But they're not. So it's time to start enjoying some of these W's and quit being hyper-focused on what you're perceiving as an L. Let me find this other post here real quick. Man, that's where you think you saved one and you didn't save the one you thought you did. I'm almost there. I'm telling y'all, man, I got so much I've been wanting to say too about people just not being able to get out of their own way on this dang Epstein stuff. And it's like, if you say anything about it, you're the bad guy. If you don't just go along with being as deranged and upset as everybody, you're the bad guy. It looks like they may have deleted it, but I screenshotted it. So I got it right here. Give me 2 seconds. Pull it up here. And I want to read this here. All right, here it is. So the same person, this Onion person said, and they had retweeted where Netflix had declined. They had retweeted Netflix's release about declining to buy. And they said, it's genuinely just completely over. The far right will own all the media space and use it explicitly for their propaganda for the next century. And that's what I'm telling y'all. We just won a generational culture war battle by getting Warner Brothers. Not so much by Paramount getting Warner Brothers, keeping it out of Netflix's hands. Could you imagine CNN with Netflix's billions and billions and billions, just more money than God? Could you imagine the damage Netflix could do to the culture if they had multiple television stations on cable, where the NBA, where the NHL, where all these things are going to, where wrestling, I mean, TNT, TBS. I know the NBA is not on there anymore. They let, whatever. Doesn't matter. The cartoons, the Nickelodeons, all these things. Massive W. Let's take a break. We'll be right back on the Clay Edwards Show.
YAB, Pocahontas, Jackson.
Since 2012, Brentech Solutions has been keeping Central Mississippi businesses connected and protected. From secure data backup and cloud services with Synology to reliable network design and maintenance, servers, and business Wi-Fi, Brentech truly does it all. Brentech is your Ring Pro partner and smart home automation solutions provider. Brentech can handle Microsoft 365 support and even Starlink. Visit brentech.ms. That's brentech.ms. IT solutions that work.
The new year is off to a fast start, but you can't keep up if your vehicle is sidelined. Get to Mazda of Jackson and take advantage of these super deals before time runs out. Get 1.9% financing for 63 months on all 2025 Mazda CX-5s and 2026 CX-90s, CX-50s, and Mazda 3s with approved credits, and get 1-year maintenance included in your new vehicle purchase. Don't wait another minute to experience Mazda's exhilarating performance, top-notch safety, and reliability online at MazdaofJackson.com or visit I-55 Frontage Road.
Looking for adventure, amazing food, and a little relaxation all in one place? You'll find it at Cypress Point Resort in Brandon. Load up the family and experience a real drive-through safari, petting zoo, and thrilling guided Jeep tours. Then slow it down with mouth-watering steaks at the steakhouse, or grab drinks and live music at the tavern. Planning a wedding or reunion? Cypress Point Resort has beautiful venues and cozy lodging. Ready for your big day or just a weekend escape? It's everything you love about the outdoors with a touch of luxury. Cypress Point Resort. Wild fun right around the corner.
When second's making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle. Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcats!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Come see me, Jamie Creel, at Shelter Insurance and see why Forbes has rated us #1 in the world.
Hey guys, this is Casey Ellis with Ellis Autoplex, located on Highway 471 in Brandon. Ellis Autoplex, known as Little Truck City, is your old school mom and pop style dealership that's family owned and operated. We specialize in 4-wheel drive trucks, but don't worry, we have cars and SUVs too. Looking to sell your vehicle? Bring it by Ellis Autoplex, where we pay fair market value and we cut you a check on the spot. Need your vehicle service or repaired? We can handle that too. Shop us online or set your appointment at ellisautoplex.com. That's ellisautoplex.com.
When it's time to get serious about work-ready equipment, come see me, Noah Sullivan, at H&H Chief Sales in Carthage. From rugged Big Tex trailers to durable CM and Legend X truck beds, H&H has what your truck needs to work harder and last longer. For the field, H&H carries reliable ag equipment from Salford, New Leader, and Chandler. Visit H&H Chief Sales in Carthage today or anytime at hhchiefsales.com. H&H, quality equipment, knowledgeable service, and solutions that work as hard as you do.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show here on 103.9 WYAB. Streaming worldwide, Mazda Jackson live stream at Save JXN on X, YouTube, Facebook, and Rumble. This segment brought to you by our friends over at Cypress Point Resort. Guys, going to be a big weekend at Cypress Point. Swing by, make sure you are soaking it all in. They some of their weekend specials there in the steakhouse and the tavern. Check this out. I can't even pronounce it. Pierogi filet. Tell me you're a redneck without telling me you're a redneck. The pierogi filet, topped with sauteed mushrooms and onions. Only $54.95. I bought a filet from the butcher over there the other day. It was fine. I took it home and cooked it. Redfish, topped with grilled shrimp and crawfish cream sauce. $45.95. And fried apple pie. Shut the door. Fried apple pie served with warm ice cream. Don't meet me there. Beat me there. Cypress Point Resort. Let's real quick before we log off their Facebook. Let's see if they got tonight's live entertainment flyer posted. They do not. But hey, the plate lunch today over at Cameron's Garage is Tia's chicken spaghetti served with a salad. So get over there and check that out and follow them on Facebook for all of their upcoming live entertainment. And they got some big announcements coming soon too. It looks like they're going to end up, based on this green flyer that says announcement coming soon, they may be throwing some kind of St. Patty's Day event out there for those that don't want to go to the parade in Jackson. Cypress Point Resort, Hollybush Road, Rankin County. So before I jump down this Epstein rabbit hole, because I'm prone to do that, I want to tell you these are some of the big tentpole properties that Warner Brothers Discovery owns that we just wrangled from the left, that we just prevented the Obamas, the Susan Rices, the transgender elites, the rainbow supremacists from buying and controlling. HBO Max, HBO Max, Discovery Plus. Those are the streaming platforms they have. Here's some of the cable channels and linear networks. Let's see here. Key ones, Paramount Gains. All right. Here's what Paramount just bought. HBO and Cinemax. CNN will now go alongside Paramount's CBS News. You know, CBS has turned a little more conservative since they got Barry Weiss over there. Again, she's not a conservative, but she ain't a left-wing nut job. You put Barry over CNN too? Or you bring in somebody to be on CNN? Maybe you bring Tucker Carlson back to cable and you put him on CNN? Boom! I'm just thinking. TNT, TBS, True TV, Cartoon Network, Adult Swim. Did I say Nickelodeon earlier? Maybe I goofed up there. It's Cartoon Network and Adult Swim. I'm sorry. I knew it was two cartoons, not Nickelodeon. I apologize. The Discovery Channel, HGTV, Food Network, TLC, Animal Planet, Investigation Discovery, the Travel Channel, Turner Movie Classics. I want to go back up to HGTV, Food Network, and TLC real quick. They do a lot of reality TV shows on these channels. And in the overwhelming majority of these reality TV shows, there's a gay trans agenda shoved down our faces on these things. Whether it's lesbian couples, gay couples, adopting kids, the gay cooking couples, whatever. It's the left-wing agenda constantly shoved down our face. And speaking of that, I am so damn tired of any time you use the word gay or lesbian in a manner other than y'all are holier than anything. If you make a gay joke, if you say something negative about the gays, it's the cancel culture vultures come out. Wow. Just in the last couple of days, all you Epstein listers, you just you want to protect the kids, and I do too. Well, again, we need to be protecting the kids from the people who can still do the damage. Just last week, the guy that invented the kneeling potty thing, the karate potty, something potty. Oh, he's a pedophile, gay pedophile that had adopted some kids. Him and his partner had adopted some kids in Utah. Weird, gay pedophiles in Utah had adopted some kids and got caught buying kiddie porn. And not some random accidental type stuff. It was the squatty potty. That's it. The squatty potty. You know what sucks too? I think his last name's Edwards. Never fails. Never fails. I'm arguing with some wanker named Chad Edwards this morning, and then what's this guy's name? Robert Edwards, 50, was arrested for allegedly buying and receiving a trove of images of child sexual abuse material between March 2021 and November 2025, the U.S. Attorney's Office in the District of Utah announced Monday. And then I don't know if y'all saw that other video, and I got it right here, of a University of Georgia professor exposed for alleged pedophilia during class. Like the pedo hunters confronted him outside his class and then went in and told his class. And they showed him all the stuff. And of course, he was going after a 14-year-old boy. So again, gay pedophile. So y'all can miss me with all this. We're not allowed to question the gays stuff. We're absolutely allowed to question the gays. And to start saying, hey, this ain't lining up. And again, if you're gay out there and you're not doing these things, I'm not talking to you. But you got some people in your ranks that are doing some foul stuff. See, anytime a straight white male does something, y'all cast a wide net and say straight white males are the most dangerous people on earth. Well, same energy, guys. In the same day those two stories came out there, A gay man that has adopted kids buying child porn, a gay professor at the University of Georgia sending dirty messages to a 14-year-old boy. All the mass shootings lately, transgender mass shooters. And I said this kind of loosely joking or assuming last week that the per capita, they have to be the most dangerous people on planet Earth. Well, somebody actually ran the numbers, and they are the most dangerous group of people on planet Earth. The most prone to violence group of people on the planet right now are transgender. I'm not going to say trans women. They're dudes who either want to cut it off or have cut it off and are pretending to be women. They're the most violent people on earth. So yeah, it is A-okay to do some profiling here. Y'all do it with straight white males anytime. Y'all do it with black males. So don't think that you've got this shield of rainbow indefensibility wrapped around you. We can and will, in fact, talk about you. What makes me mad is y'all expect us to police every straight white male in this country and fall on the sword anytime one does anything. But when somebody gay or trans, or let me just say it, Jewish, does anything, you're not allowed to group any of them together. Then you're a homophobe, transphobe, bigot, anti-Semite, or whatever else. Time for some accountability in your ranks, guys. Girls, accountability in your ranks. I think I see a super chat just came in. Let me check out these super chats here. Justin in Tennessee just signed up to be a FAFO Army level member on YouTube. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Let's see here. Jason just became a FAFO Army level member on YouTube. Thank you, brother. Shout out to both of them. I think I saw another one down here. Man, y'all on fire this morning. What have I done to deserve this? My boy Justin. Shout out to the mod. $5 super chat. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's take a break real quick. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to cool this off. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to cool this off. But anyway, we won big. We won big on that purchase. I'm gonna say this real quick. DC Comics, we got the DC universe. That includes Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. We got Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, The Matrix, Mad Max, the Conjuring universe, Beetlejuice, Gremlins, Mortal Kombat, Looney Tunes, Scooby-Doo, and much, much more. We'll be right back on the Clay Edwards Show. All right. I didn't mean to go on that tear there, but big win. And again, I have no problem with gay folks as a whole. Never have, never will. But they are not above. No group is above being questioned for the bad apples in their group. No group of people on this planet are above it. I have been part of the most disrespected, the most hated, the most racisms against, the most stereotyped group in the history of planet Earth as a straight white male the last decade plus. And I haven't done any of these things. So if I have to fall on the sword, you got to fall on the sword, guys. That's just how it works. You didn't think it was going to come back your way? You didn't think we was going to start piecing this puzzle together and saying, man, the regular gays seem to have a hell of a propensity for being drawn towards young kids. The trans seem to have a hell of a propensity for mass shootings. Like, y'all didn't think we were going to figure this all out and start calling it out? We'll be right back.
wrecks to malpractice, Don Evans will make you and your family whole again. Don Evans won't ever charge unless he collects for you. Call Don for a free, no-obligation consultation at 601-969-2006.
Hi, this is Mary Beth Hardy, owner of Flora Pharmacy. Flora Pharmacy is proud to be locally owned and operated. We believe in the power of community and personalized care. At Flora Pharmacy, we treat you like family. And for your convenience, we offer curbside service and prescription home delivery. Just pull up and we'll bring your prescriptions right to you. Can't make it to our store? Flora Pharmacy will drive it to your doorstep. Come see the best pharmacy in town today at Flora Pharmacy, where care meets convenience. Highway 49 in Flora.
Still waiting by the phone? Yes. They won't call. They're a big corporation. They don't care about you. I know. Go with Advantage Business Systems. They offer the same office machines as the big guys. The difference is their great attentive service. They're local and always there for you.
I love you, Advantage Business Systems.
Make Advantage Business Systems your office supply steady. Visit absms.com. That's absms.com.
For over 15 years, A1 Gear and Auto has been your hometown specialist for your auto repair and maintenance needs. From brake repair to placement to radiators, engines, starters, alternators, heat, and AC water pumps, and more, A1 will get your vehicle back up and running and on the road and in a timely manner. A1 is one of the only shops in the metro that specializes in rear differentials, rear ends, and rings and pinions. Call today to set up an appointment, or if you got questions at 601-939-1060. A1 Gear and Auto, your hometown vehicle specialist.
Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is leveling up. A whole new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is now open at the Reservoir at Beethoven's Boardwalk in Ridgeland, right next door to Cock of the Walk. And the new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris will have all of your old favorites too, like the Acme Dynamite Balls and Garlic Knots, and the best specialty pizzas ever, like the Pig, the Sergeant Pepperoni, the Serpent Turf, and lots more. Come to the all-new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris location on the Res in Ridgeland, next door to Cock of the Walk.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show. Oh, we got about a minute here for our top of the hour break. I was telling the people in the live stream during the break there that, for the last 10 years, and I just want to unpack what I said there a second. If you're a normal gay person out there that ain't partaking in kiddie pornography, I'm not talking to you. I'm not. Please don't take it the wrong way. But if you are, well, we're coming for you. I mean, plain and simple. We're coming for you. Nobody's above being called out, being held accountable for what their group is doing. Y'all told me I wasn't. Y'all told me as a straight white male, if I didn't speak out against racisms, that silence was violence. If I didn't go along with the George Floyd nonsense. So if y'all ain't speaking out against it, you might as well be part of it. We'll be right back.
This is Central Mississippi's Stimulating Talk.
1039 WYAB, Pocahontas, Jackson.
CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Pfizer.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. A day after his wife testified, a former president is set to make history in 2 hours when he's deposed behind closed doors in a high-profile sexual abuse case. Correspondent Jared Hill.
Today, former President Bill Clinton takes the hot seat as House lawmakers probe for answers about the nature of his ties to late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. While recently released Epstein files include pictures of and flight logs that show former President Clinton flew on Epstein's private plane, both Clintons have denied knowing about Epstein's crimes, and neither has been accused of any wrongdoing.
He'll be the first former president in more than 50 years to testify before Congress. Yesterday, Hillary Clinton underwent 6 hours of questioning. We've learned the U.S. government accidentally shot down a Customs and Border Protection drone in southwest Texas with a laser this week. Transportation correspondent Chris Van Cleve.
That drone was apparently operating in the area around Fort Hancock, which is outside of El Paso, and it appears the Pentagon wasn't alerted by CBP in advance.
It comes 2 weeks after a drone downing closed airspace around the El Paso airport. U.S. officials tell CBS.
I'm going to show y'all this video real quick. This is of the University of Georgia professor getting popped in class for being a pedophile. And then we're going to go to break.
My boy over the weekend. My name is Angelus with the Street Sweepers. We investigate adults looking to meet kids for sex. This individual, unfortunately, was sending explicit pictures telling a 14-year-old boy that he wants to come on his face, that he wants to come to go in his eyes so he can see the contrast from his eyes and the cum. Sending all type of pictures saying how he wanted to do the child and everything like that. I mean, I'm sorry to interrupt your class, but this man is a pedophile. You feel me? Through and through. You guys can follow us at Street Sweepers TV. I apologize for interrupting y'all education. I'm proud of y'all. Keep doing.
I was very confused.
I'm saying, okay, all right. So
I know. I made a mistake. I made a mistake. I should have cut the conversation much earlier than that.
But I'm saying, why would you send the penis video?
Yeah, sorry, it's I don't know. Can I finish my last?
I just need 2 minutes of your time, brother.
Yeah, I also need 2 minutes. Can I finish this? This is more important than this.
This
I know this is important. What are you trying to say?
Whoa, what you doing? I'm saying you gotta go in your class, finish teaching and stuff like that. My boy over the weekend. My name is.
So, shout out to those black guys there. Big shout out to those black guys there, those pedo hunters, for that right there. We need more energy like that. But the second I saw that guy with that shaved head and a little mustache, thin railed like that, with all that big feminine, low testosterone energy, I said, he's guilty of whatever. Whatever they say he did, he's guilty of. And then boom, he admits it. Then there's another video of him going into class and them telling his class what he did and him having to agree to it. Jury, I rest my case. We'll be right back with Fred Shanks on the Clay Edwards Show.
Cooler made with tahini. It's the limited time only Slicey menu. Get it delivered in the DQ app. Happy tastes good.
Local news and weather brought to you by Mississippi Energy Services. We're your fast, affordable, and friendly generator service company. msenergy.us. msenergy.us.
Some people call it your civic duty. Today it's sunny and 73. Tonight it's mostly clear and 47. Sunny and 76 Saturday, sunny and 77 Sunday. No rain expected for most of next week. With news on 103.9 WYAB, I'm Chris Davis. That civic duty is electing people to represent you in D.C., and the primaries for that are coming up in just over a week. In the part of central Mississippi in District 2, Congressman Benny Thompson is asking for your vote. He has two Democratic challengers, Evan Littleton Turnage and Curtis Herman Williams III. On the Republican side, voters will choose between Ron Eller and Kevin Wilson. In Congressional District 3, Congressman Michael Guest is challenged by Catherine Constance and Sean Parker. On the Democratic side, voters will choose between Jerome Michael Frazier and Shawaski Young. The polls open 7 a.m. March 10th. The clinics are still closed statewide until at least Monday. So if you had an appointment scheduled for this week at one of UMMC's facilities, that'll have to be rescheduled. Congressman Michael Guest says the partial government shutdown is having some impact on the response to the cyber attack, which happened last Thursday, the 19th. He tells WJTV that the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency is limited right now because of the shutdown and a lack of money to pay employees. Some of the big changes coming to the Sonny Montgomery VA Hospital in Jackson include restroom upgrades, renovating the kitchen, creating a modernized woman's clinic, and the electronic medical records that you may have heard about. The federal government says it's spending $5 billion on VAs this year. More news in 1 hour on 103.9 WYAB. I'm Chris Davis.
Hey, Rankin County, swing by the locally owned and award-winning 042 Wine and Spirits on Highway 80 next to Sonny's Barbecue in Brandon today. We've got got one of the largest selections around with over 200 bourbons and whiskeys to ignite your taste buds, more than 50 vodkas, 50 plus tequilas, 30 plus rums, and ready to drink cocktails, as well as premium scotches. And get this, we've got over 400 wines in stock for the perfect pairing anytime. Discover your new favorites today at 042 Wine and Spirits, right next to Sonny's Barbecue, Highway 80, Cross Gates, Brandon.
For decades, you've known the name Martin's for good times, great food, and the best live music. Now that's happening at 2 locations, downtown Jackson and Livingston. Check the websites, martinslivingstonms.com and martinsdowntownjxn.com for the many special events and live music lineups. You can chill with friends on the big patio at the Livingston location and enjoy the blue plate lunches and nightly drink specials. Martin's, downtown and Livingston.
Welcome to the Clay Edwards Show. More adrenaline.
You know, it's a pretty interesting time to be alive. What's the saying? May the times you live in be interesting. We have accomplished that.
More testosterone for your morning drive.
But when you know you've got a problem, how about tell people and be honest? What's going on?
Going to war on cancel culture and bringing the spotlight on issues and topics from around the city of Jackson.
I feel like Jackson, Mississippi.
No one else wants to talk about.
The whole system is corrupt and evil. It's unreal, and they don't care. And everybody knows that. It's just sad.
And fights for the soul of America.
I'm going to need y'all to explain to me what a positive solution is, because you positive solutions only people have been in charge for a while now, and I'm not seeing too many positive solutions.
You never met a white light.
Strap in, turn up the volume, and get ready, Jackson, for unfiltered, no sugar added talk radio. It's award-winning podcaster Clay Edwards.
Boom goes La Dynamite. It's hour 2 of the most incendiary show on the RADIO. Almost said it slow enough for people that like Gavin Newsom to understand. And I can read. Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show here on 103.9 WYAB. Streaming worldwide on the Mazda Jackson live stream at Save JXN on YouTube, X, Facebook, and Rumble. If you want to text into the show, I have seen your text. I promise we'll read them. The phone number is on the Ellis Autoplex text line, 769-241-1944. Before we go to Rep Fred Shanks from out there in Brandon, Mississippi, this segment is brought to you by not one, but 2 of our great Brandon sponsors. How about 042 Wine and Spirits? We're going to be talking about the liquor stores, and we're going to talk about 2 other liquor stores in this that have made some posts on Facebook, but I want to make sure we give our sponsor some a shout out before we do that, and that's 042 Wine and Spirits right there, Highway 80, Brandon, Mississippi, right next door to Sonny's Barbecue. It's locally owned. It's locally operated. They got a lot of inventory. They're a wholesaler also, so they stock a lot of inventory for themselves and for their for their customers and for liquor stores and restaurants that need inventory from them. So they've got more inventory than most because inventory is an issue right now in the liquor business. It just is. So get over to 042. You're going to be supporting a locally owned business. You're going to be doing business with an award-winning business that has a local staff, an educated staff. They're your friends, they're your neighbors, these are people you go to church with, your kids go to schools with their kids. Whether your thoughts on liquor or whatever, liquor stores, bars, restaurants, casinos, all this stuff employ a lot of people. These are your friends, these are your neighbors, these are your family members, and they're struggling right now. So you need to really be thinking about where you spend your dollars. And it's times like this that I encourage people to really spend their dollars as close to where you live as possible. If you live in 042 Brandon, you need to be spending your dollars in 042 Brandon. Does that make sense? It makes sense. Those tax dollars go to roads, schools, so on and so forth. So look, get by 042 today. 400 different wines to choose from, 200 different bourbons and whiskeys, over 50 different vodkas, 50 different tequilas, 50 different ready-to-drink cocktails, and an extremely knowledgeable staff that can help you with any elixir recipes and tips and advice and information on the bottle you're considering right there at your fingertips. 042 Wine and Spirits. And then, of course, El Patrillo, Mexican Grill and Cantina right next door. Well, just a couple buildings down. One of my all-time favorite Mexican restaurants. They got 2 great locations to serve you right there in Cross Gates next to Bops and Lost Pizza, and right over there in front of Dogwood, or in Dogwood, right in front of Dick's Sporting Goods. Both of them got big patios. It's definitely patio weather this weekend. Go sit out on the patio, have some fun, enjoy this weather. There's no football on to have to watch, anything like that. You can just go and make eye contact with the person sitting across from you. Take your cell phone, put the screen down on the table, or just leave it in the car. And enjoy the company of the people you're with. Enjoy a cold drink. Enjoy some hot sizzling fajitas or whatever your favorite dish is at El Patrio, Mexican Grill and Cantina. All right, man. Let's go over to the phone line here. We got step. We have State Rep Fred Shanks on the phone this morning. Fred, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, brother. Just getting to the Capitol and seeing what we're going to be doing today. And, to kind of touch on what you were saying on the ABC situation, I know you and I talked about it pretty in depth last Friday. Kind of since then, from what I understand, and I'm not trying to church it up, but what ABC currently is doing is they're getting the current orders out like that. They're doing deliveries. They're getting those things done. But the problem is all this back order is still back ordered, right? So, I mean, it's a little bit better, but it's still got, major problems. And, we're looking at it. And, people didn't listen to us last Friday on our little weekly recap. The kind of the House position is and we tried earlier, is maybe, either look at privatizing it or honestly just the state does not need to be involved in running a business, period. Government doesn't, we're the government and we're here to help. That just, we don't need to be fooling in a business. We need to turn it over to the entrepreneurs and let them sort it out, which they would do. So, but things have gotten a little bit better, but still a long way to go. And, still dire in my opinion. And we're still trying to work on some things on our end to help these local stores.
Well, two things. One thing real quick. We just got a major concert announcement for the Brandon Amphitheater. Jason Aldean coming to Brandon.
Awesome.
That is huge. This will be his first time to the Brandon Amphitheater, unless
right.
One came that I don't remember, and I don't think I would have missed the Jason Aldean show. So Brandon,
yeah, I don't think he's come before. Yeah,
no, he's Fred, y'all don't know Fred used to manage the amphitheater, so he would know.
Seeing out there, that's right.
So what is that? Try this in a small town. Mr. Small Town coming to the small town. What was the date on that? I just had it real quick, and we'll shift gears here. It's I can't read these dang flyers. Sometimes they're so small. Friday, August 28th. My birthday's August 17th. I can do a little belated birthday bash at the amphitheater. So anyway, Jason Aldean coming to the Brandon Amphitheater. That's fun stuff there. All right, Fred. So I got Spillway Wine and Spirits have a post up here that they put it that kind of went widespread yesterday. I'm gonna say calling out TATE, but for lack of a better term, calling out the state. And I'm not gonna read the whole thing; it's rather lengthy, but they get to a part down here at the bottom. It says the state of Mississippi is the biggest benefactor of wine and liquor sales. The state, and I didn't even realize it was this much. The state makes some 27.5% off every bottle sold in the state of Mississippi. If we can't get it, we can't sell it. The state is seeing a huge loss in tax revenue over this breakdown. Governor, please declare a state of emergency and pay whatever it costs to get this resolved immediately and regain the taxes that we are losing every week. Declare a state of emergency to save the private businesses that are dependent on your system to survive. And Fred, that is exactly what you and I talked about last week, is they're going to have to do some type of emergency deal. I said, like an Uber type thing, a hot shot delivery type thing where you get a couple hundred, 1,000 delivery drivers, and you just get these dang orders out.
Right. And I did. I took that. I thought it was a great idea.
Send the National Guard over there. I mean, I know that sounds silly, but send the National Guard over there and say, hey, you know what? We need some help pulling these orders. I know that's ridiculous. Right. We can't use the National Guard for that. But I mean, a large group of people, an army of people. Hell, I guarantee if you call for volunteers, the people that work in the service industry would show up to help.
Right.
Now, because OSHA stuff, OSHA and insurance stuff, you can't do that. People would get, but still, I'm just saying.
Right. But I mean, at this time, you got to be outside the box. You got to be an outside the box thinker. And I took that and I shot that right up the chain and pushed them to do that because how else are you going to get this back order? I mean, how else are they going to get it out? I mean, I heard from Cathead Distillery yesterday, same problem, getting these orders out. I mean, that's the problem. And it's, it's this company that's running it right now. And no, they're 100% valid in their thinking, and it is dire. And, I'm certainly pushing to do those types of things to get these people whole.
Well, what they didn't mention, at least in that last paragraph I read, we're talking about the tax money being lost on the sales, also the tax money the state's losing, which I think taxation is theft, but neither here nor there. While it currently exists, they're missing the income tax on the money people are on paycheck money that is down from tips being down, from work being down, from sales being down. It's more than just 27.5% per bottle. There's a whole lot. There's a whole trickle down effect of taxes on employment taxes. They're not getting either because of this. So I mean, every day it's at minimum hundreds of thousands of dollars the state's losing.
Absolutely. No, you're exactly right. And I mean, it's still a problem. It's gotten somewhat better, but it's still got a long way to go. And I mean, we're on our end, we're working on it. And we're taking calls from different, either distributors or mom and pops, every day. And we're really trying to get something done here. And, and I appreciate them for putting that post out. I mean, sometimes that, like a lot of your audience probably doesn't know there's a problem,
Yeah.
Unless they're going and they don't have something, they're trying to buy something that the store doesn't have. So, kudos for bringing attention to it, because I think you're about the only one bringing attention to it, talking about it.
At this level, I mean, I have seen some other people doing it, but this is something I'm passionate about because I was in the industry for a long time, in the service industry, and I'm always going to fight for our bars and restaurants because they've always been a punching bag. Whenever conservative groups want to go after somebody, it's always liquor stores. It's always, and I'm a conservative. So, and I know most people that are conservatives, they can pretend all they want. They drink, period.
Right.
So I'm not going to sit here and let it be the punching bag up to a bunch of hypocrites. And we always have been. Anytime a new mayor would come in Jackson, whether it was Frank Melton, Harvey Johnson, or anybody else, the first thing they would do instead of go tackle the drug dealers is, let's go to the nightclubs. That's the problem in Jackson. It's the nightclubs. So I'm just always always going to stand up and fight for the ones that are doing it right. But I also hold the ones that are doing it wrong extra accountable because their excuses don't fly with me.
Right. That's a good point, man. And I appreciate you doing that. And we're, you're helping me, and I'm certainly putting the message out up here in under this dome right now. And we'll be talking about it again today, trying to not just talk, but, trying to figure this thing out and get some things done quickly.
Yeah. Fred, before we shift gears, anything else going on, anything in particular going on down there that we need to hit? I know we've beat school choice upside the head, but that's dead, right?
Right. That's toast. So this week, last week and this week, what we're doing is a bunch of appropriation bills, and we're still getting a lot of general bills from the Senate, and then we shot our general bills to the Senate from the House, and those things are starting to trickle through each committee on either side. But some of the things that we did this week we did appropriated a school resource officer program to get more school resource officers and get some funding there for schools. We did the Children's Promise Act, which gives parents businesses tax credits. And then we kind of finished up the appropriation side of mobile sports betting. So we're even one more step closer to that. That's estimated to bring in, at minimum about $100 million a year on that. And the House position on the mobile sports betting is some of that money, a good portion of it will go to the PERS retirement system. And then you're still left there with a ton of money. And we appropriated a lot of money to the Jackson sewer. Still got some issues. And, people in the past would always say, the state doesn't have anything to do with the city of Jackson. And that's just straight BS. We've given them millions of dollars every year, and we're doing it again. And then we killed some bad stuff, killed a lot of bad bills too. So sometimes that's just as good as passing good stuff. So that's some of the things we did this week.
Real quick, Teddy corrected me. Jason Aldean did come to the amphitheater back in the day. Luke Combs opened up for him back in like the first year or so. So just to be clear,
okay.
I don't want people to think we're wrong. Hey, Fred, we got a question about a bill, and I'm waiting on to see which bill it is. But it was HB. Kevin asked, what about HB 1581? Does that ring a bell?
No, unfortunately, we have 1,000 bills that come through, so I'm not quite, unless it was like, a hot topic. I wouldn't know the number. I'll be glad to look it up, though.
Yeah, I asked him which one it was, but he hasn't responded back yet. I'll tell you what, let's take a break real quick. When we come back, I want to shift gears with Fred a little bit. And Steve, I want to talk a little national politics with somebody. Stephen A. Smith is making a lot of noise. And I thought it was a joke. I'll be honest. And I still think he's a joke. But compared to the other Democrat front runners right now for potential president nominees or presidential candidates in 2028, Stephen A. Smith is the only one that sounds like a rational, sane individual. So I want to discuss that and more with State Rep Fred Shanks here. If y'all got any questions for Fred, text me on the Ellis Autoplex text line. As long as they're not crazy, I'll ask them. That number is 769-241-1944. You can drop your questions in the Mazda Jackson live stream too. I'll be monitoring that as well. We'll be right back here on the Clay Edwards Show, 103.9 WYAB.
.1039 WYAB.
Men, let's talk about low testosterone. Do you suffer from any of these symptoms? Low sex drive, ED. Are you always tired, depressed? You have loss of muscle mass? You're obese? Maybe you have loss of focus and drive? Then you, my friends, may suffer from low testosterone. Let my buddies over at Men's Health in Mississippi, located right there in Madison, check your numbers today. Trust me, she'll thank you for it. I promise. Check them out online at menshealthms.com. That's menshealthms.com. Men's Health Mississippi.
Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is leveling up. A whole new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is now open at the Reservoir at Beethoven's Boardwalk in Ridgeland, right next door to Cock of the Walk. And the new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris will have all of your old favorites too, like the Acme Dynamite Balls and Garlic Knots, and the best specialty pizzas ever, like the Pig, the Sergeant Pepperoni, the Serpent Turf, and lots more. Come to the all-new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris location on the Res in Ridgeland, next door to Cock of the Walk.
For over 15 years, A1 Gear and Auto has been your hometown specialist for your auto repair and maintenance needs. From brake repair to placement to radiators, engines, starters, alternators, heat, and AC water pumps, and more, A1 will get your vehicle back up and running and on the road and in a timely manner. A1 is one of the only shops in the metro that specializes in rear differentials, rear ends, and rings and pinions. Call today to set up an appointment, or if you got questions, at 601-939-1060. A1 Gear and Auto, your hometown vehicle specialist.
Ladies, tired of running on empty, sleepless nights, mood swings, stubborn weight, skin that has lost its glow? It is not just getting older. It is your body begging for help. Hey, y'all, I'm Morgan at Women's Wellness in Mississippi. At Women's Wellness in Mississippi, we bring it all together. Hormone therapy, medical weight loss, and the latest, greatest aesthetic treatments like facials, lasers, Botox, and so much more. This is where wellness and beauty meet, so that you can feel amazing inside and out. At Women's Wellness in Mississippi, the best version of you is waiting right around the corner.
Your roof is constantly exposed to the elements, battling dirt, algae, and stains. But with Watkins Construction and Roofing Roof Wash Service, you can keep it looking like new. A proprietary rooficide treatment is EPA approved, safe, and guaranteed to prevent algae from coming back for at least 2 years. No harsh chemicals, no damage, no black streaks. Just a clean, beautiful roof that lasts. Call Watkins Construction and Roofing at 601-966-8233 or visit nomoreroofstains.com today.
Got electrical problems? Marty Cowden and Cowden Electric are here for you. Cowden Electric is your trusted electrician, serving the Jackson area for 3 decades. Electrical repair, service, and home rewiring are just the start of what Cowden Electric can do. Cowden Electric also installs generators to keep your power going when everyone else's lights are out. Plus, LED lighting, remodels, new construction, no job is too small. Visit CowdenElectric.com today to see all that they do. Cowden Electric, powering your home and business.
When leaks, clogs, or cold showers slow you down, call on Anglin Plumbing, the plumbing experts who get the job done right the first time. Leaky faucet, sink, or toilet? Need a water heater installed? Call on Anglin Plumbing. You can always trust Anglin's reliable and hardworking technicians. Don't let plumbing headaches ruin your day. Call on Anglin Plumbing Service to get it fixed. And you can be a part of the team. Anglin Plumbing is now hiring. Learn more about Anglin Plumbing at anglinplumbing.com.
Hi,
Kim Wade here. Are you craving a home-cooked meal without the hassle? Come over to McBee's Bar and Grill in Ridgeland for their Blue Plate lunch specials. Served up every weekday, at McBee's it's a different entree every day. Chicken spaghetti on Mondays, beef tip Tuesday, pork chop Wednesday, spaghetti Thursday, and catfish Fridays. And McBee's Blue Plate lunch comes with 2 classic Southern sides and cornbread or a roll. McBee's specials are served every weekday from 11 to 2. McBee's, buzzing the res since 1982.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show. First, I appreciate all the text and the questions. We're going to get to them on the Ellis Autoplex text line and the Mazda Jackson live stream. But first, there's always more, right? Lakeland Glass and Tint. Make sure you checking out their brand new location right there in downtown Brandon on the corner of Highway 80 or West Government Street and 471. Can't miss it. They're doing window tint and windshields out of that location. And they're doing some moving around and some shifting around with some of the locations where they're going to be doing vinyl wraps. And anyway, we'll tell you more about that as it all happens. But Lakeland Glass and Tint, keep them in mind for all your home, car, and business window tinting needs. If you are in need of a vehicle wrap, turn your vehicle into a rolling billboard, they can do that. You just want a little paint protection film, they can do that. You will need your vehicle ceramic coated, which I'm a huge fan of, big believer in ceramic coating. They can do that. They use Expel products. They're the Expel Dealer Installer of the Year, multiple years in a row now, right out of Flowood, Mississippi, our very own. Good stuff there. Great job to Jason Anderson and his team. And as always, thank them for being my day one sponsor. There would not be a Clay Edwards Show. I guess I shouldn't tell some people that. They may go throw rocks at them. There would not be a Clay Edwards Show on WYAB if it wasn't for Jason believing in me at day one and agreeing to come on board as a sponsor. And he's never missed a beat. Been here for all 1,164 episodes of the Clay Edwards Show. Lakeland Glass and Tint's been on board for every single one of them. All right. State Rep Fred Shanks here from Brandon, Mississippi on the line. Fred, it was the mobile sports betting bill is the one that Kevin had asked about. But I kind of read the text before he had sent the text prior to us getting started talking about it. So I guess I feel like we had answered I think we got everything out of the way. I'm getting tongue tied here. I think we got everything out of the way on kind of brought everybody up to date on the mobile sports bill there. Fred, I had another question here from somebody, and now he's being a little sarcastic, but I feel his pain, and I think it's a good opportunity to clear this up for a lot of people. An unknown texter says, ask him about the so-called revenue generating online sports betting bills, which we did hit. And then he says, he said, just like the casinos are supposed to generate all this educational money, fool me once, but not twice. All right. So I know we always like to say that, they said these casinos were going to generate all this income for the schools, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
And are they not? Is the money not going to the schools?
Yeah, they do. Obviously, clearly that was before my time and your time.
Sure.
I mean, that was in the 90s.
Yeah.
Or late 80s.
Or did it just end up going to the general fund?
Yeah, it could be. But to just kind of on I'll speak on what I know about, and I had a lot to do with when we brought the lottery in. I was a big proponent of that.
Me too.
And when we brought that in, we knew it was going to be big, didn't know quite how big it was going to be. It generated $130 million right out of the gate and does more than that now. And how that's set up, and it does work, is 80 million. The first 80 million goes to roads and bridges and infrastructure, which we all desperately need. And we need more than that. And then the rest goes to the education fund. So I'll speak on that because I know about it. It's a similar deal. But yes, that does do that. And then if we get mobile sports betting, it will do exactly what we want it to do and fund those things that we want it to fund. Now, I can't really speak on casinos. I was in high school then.
Sure.
But now I will say, the casinos certainly help their areas where they are with their revenue and going to schools. But, do I know the mechanics of how it operates to schools that are not in those districts? I don't. I can certainly find out about it.
Yeah. Real quick, I just thought about something. I do want to give a big congratulations and shout out to our friend Pearl Mayor Jake Wyndham, who's also the head of he's like the president or head of the board, whatever the technical term is, for getting the Pearl River widened, the two rivers, two lakes, whatever you want to call it, project. They have finally agreed on a plan and a project, and it's going to move forward into the design phase now. And they should start construction on widening the Pearl River from the reservoir down and reimagining what central Mississippi looks like on both sides of the river Pearl, for the Rankin side and the Jackson side, by creating flood protection and riverfront a retail, residential space, entertainment space, all of this stuff, and being able to potentially become something that we never thought we could see. And I think that's going to be a big part of Jake's legacy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, that's an awesome deal that he was a part of. And, it's been that river walk concept, which they have in Shreveport and some other areas, would be awesome.
San Antonio.
It would clearly benefit Rankin County big, but it would transform the city of Jackson, which is, people probably don't want to admit it, but the state of Mississippi needs the city of Jackson to do well, right? And that's why I'm pulling for them, and you're pulling for them. And something like that would be transformational for the city of Jackson.
Well,
unbelievable.
Well, Fred, I'm pulling for them, but I think right now I'm almost pulling for them to just finally hit bankrupt rock bottom, so they'll quit making the same mistakes over and over. And I'm really unhappy with this police chief hire. And but whatever, we'll see how it all shakes out. But maybe they'll learn their lesson when this one doesn't work, and they say, all right, we got to get somebody in here who understands busting heads, not hugs for thugs. So we shall see. Fred, you have
comment on that.
Do what?
I just said my comment on that police situation. The only thing that works in a crime-ridden area that's full of violence is flooding the street with police officers.
Shock and all.
Nothing else works. Studies don't work. Talking about it doesn't work. The only thing is boots on the ground, and that's it, period. If you don't have that, there will be no change. It'll get worse.
Yeah, Fred, I brought up the Pearl River thing because you had mentioned the casino is bringing money. I am still a proponent of a casino ending up down there somehow, some way, whether it's on the river or on land. I think it needs to be on land because it's a great opportunity to tear down a bunch of blighted property, make it an on land resort, and then
that's good call.
And instead of clogging up that river with a casino, let the river boats come up and down, whatever, and kind of go like that with it. All right, Fred, you had an interesting guest stop by the Capitol this week. Trump's pardon czar stopped by.
Correct.
Tell us about that.
Right. So, I just want, all your listeners, I didn't know a lot about it until very recently, but Trump has hired a pardon czar. Her name is Alice Johnson, and she is a former inmate. She was doing life in prison out of Memphis. Now, she's a Mississippi native, but she got caught up in some drug activity and was doing life in prison, and transformed her life. I mean, she was going through, a divorce, and a son apparently had passed away. A lot of bad things, led down some bad roads. Ends up in prison, decides, to make the most of it, gets educated. She starts handling different things for the prison, administrative issues. She runs a Special Olympics program, which I found very fascinating, through the Olympics. And anyway, we found out that she is friends with one of my colleagues, and she's a neighbor. And I said, let's get her down here and recognize her, and what a good job she's done. And she's actually been recognized multiple times by Trump. She's not just a Trump appointed person. She is Trump's, they are friends. They talk all the time. And she let me know, not in an arrogant way, that she is the big boss. Her office is in the White House.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
And she's a
wise decision.
And she's a person of color too, right?
Well, say again.
She's a black lady too, right?
Right, absolutely. And and that was I got to listen to her story. I got about 15 minutes in my office with her, and really got to hear her story, which was just really a fascinating story of redemption. But she had applied under Obama for a pardon, and he denied her. And then Trump comes in, pardons her, and then not only does that, what a guy. He's like, she knows the system. And, and that system's got some issues, and says, well, not only am I going to pardon you, you're going to be my pardon czar. And she's it, man. She is, what she says goes, but she knows the system better than anybody. That tells you what a good leader Trump is. Obama didn't do that. He denied her, her pardon.
She went
but it was just really fascinating. I just wanted your listeners to know that, that's a Mississippi native who's doing big things. She goes all over the world, speaking at different events about, these issues, these criminal justice issues. And it's just somebody to really be proud of that we have in our state that most people probably didn't know.
Fred, you have time to do another segment?
Yeah, sure. I'll stick around.
One quick question before we go to break. Carrie asked, and you may or may not know this, I feel like I know the answer, but when will I-20 be paved between Brandon and Scott County? It's horrible. And especially going east, it is terrible, where it gets all uneven, throws you from side to side. I was told that, or I read somewhere, it's next
April.
up. Yeah, it's coming. April.
Yeah. April. Yeah, I've been working on that because I go that way every week, and that's not the only reason. But no, I know it's terrible, and it's funny. But right when you get to Scott County, it's fine. But it's from Brandon to Pelahatchie, and it is awful, and it starts right when you get on the interstate. But I've checked on that multiple times, and the last word I got was April. And I tell you what, Kerry, I will check on that again today just to double check. So I'm working on that.
Great. Yeah, it is so loud in your vehicle there. I don't know, just the way it's graded up or the kind of whatever, it makes your vehicle sound like you're in a jet turbine is what it sounds like.
They milled it down. And I'm no engineer, but they milled it down and then, they're not going to pave it for, they milled it down quite a while ago, and anyway, they're paving it up. But I talked to our friend Brad White pretty regularly, and I said, man, we need some help like fast on that. So it is. Last I heard is April, but I'll double check today.
All right, let's take our break, and real quick, Miss Sherry Brodus says she loved that story, and thank you for sharing it about the pardon czar. So
absolutely,
Sherry, we appreciate you watching. We'll be right back with State Rep Fred Shanks. I want to jump into the Stephen A. Smith AOC Democrat candidates here for the potential presidency of the United States of America. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
.1039 WYAB.
This is Central Mississippi's Stimulating Talk.
1039 WYAB. Pocahontas, Jackson.
Your pool should be something you enjoy, not something you fight with. Hi, I'm Darren with Elite Pools. At Elite Pools, we do more than just service. We take care of everything your pool needs, from your routine maintenance to your full repairs, upgrades, and even complete transformations. If your pool needs a little attention or a fresh start, then Elite Pools can bring it back to life. Visit Elite Pools online at elitepoolsms.com. That's elitepoolsms.com. Or give us a call. At Elite Pools, we keep you swimming.
Looking to make technology work for your business instead of the other way around? Visit brentech.ms today. From reliable network infrastructure and wireless internet to cloud or on-premise backups, Brentech has solutions that keep your business connected, secure, and running smoothly. Don't let tech headaches slow you down. Discover how Brentech can simplify and elevate your business at brentech.ms. That's brentech.ms. Brentech, technology made easy.
The new year is off to a fast start, but you can't keep up if your vehicle is sidelined. Get to Mazda of Jackson and take advantage of these super deals before time runs out. Get 1.9% financing for 63 months on all 2025 Mazda CX-5s and 2026 CX-90s, CX-50s, and Mazda 3s with approved credit, and get 1 year maintenance included in your new vehicle purchase. Don't wait another minute to experience Mazda's exhilarating performance, top-notch safety, and reliability online at MazdaofJackson.com or visit I-55 Frontage Road.
Looking for adventure, amazing food, and a little relaxation all in one place? You'll find it at Cypress Point Resort in Brandon. Load up the family and experience a real drive-through safari, petting zoo, and thrilling guided Jeep tours. Then slow it down with mouth-watering steaks at the steakhouse, or grab drinks and live music at the tavern. Planning a wedding or reunion? Cypress Point Resort has beautiful venues and cozy lodging. Ready for your big day or just a weekend escape? It's everything you love about the outdoors with a touch of luxury. Cypress Point Resort. Wild fun right around the corner.
When second's making a play, short's got it covered. A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person. Good hustle, good hustle. Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcat!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Come see me, Jamie Creel, at Shelter Insurance and see why Forbes has rated us #1 in the world.
When it's time to get serious about work-ready equipment, come see me, Noah Sullivan, at H&H Chief Sales in Carthage. From rugged Big Tex trailers to durable CM and Legend X truck beds, H&H has what your truck needs to work harder and last longer. For the field, H&H carries reliable ag equipment from Salford, New Leader, and Chandler. Visit H&H Chief Sales in Carthage today or anytime at hhchiefsales.com. H&H, quality equipment, knowledgeable service, and solutions that work as hard as you do.
Hey guys, this is Casey Ellis with Ellis Autoplex, located on Highway 471 in Brandon. Ellis Autoplex, known as Little Truck City, is your old school mom and pop style dealership that's family owned and operated. We specialize in 4-wheel drive trucks, but don't worry, we have cars and SUVs too. Looking to sell your vehicle? Bring it by Ellis Autoplex, where we pay fair market value and we cut you a check on the spot. Need your vehicle service or repaired? We can handle that too. Shop us online or set your appointment at ellisautoplex.com. That's ellisautoplex.com.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show. Hey, real quick, you just heard it right there, Ellis Autoplex. Get by there today, this weekend. Shop their wide selection of quality pre-owned 4-door, 4-wheel drive pickups. That's what they specialize in. We call it Little Truck City, as well as cars, SUVs, sports cars, and more. Right there on the lot on 471, right there on the end of 470. I think it's the north end of 471, right before you get to Highway 25, right down there. You can shop them online as well, ellisautoplex.com. You can get pre-approved online. You can schedule an appointment online. I highly recommend scheduling the appointment so the salesman can have all the information about the 1, 2, 3 vehicles you may be interested in ready for you. It's going to save you some time. It's going to make him sound like he's way smarter than he is. And I don't mean that as an insult. I just mean that, it's used cars. Man, you can't know everything about every used car just off the top of your head. It ain't like selling a new car. You can just memorize one thing. Used cars, you got to kind of study up on them as you need to. He can have everything ready for you. Carfax, service history, what they did to the vehicle when they got it, have it boom, boom, boom. And you'll appreciate that, I promise. Check them out online, ellisautoplex.com. And don't forget, they buy vehicles before you try selling it on Marketplace or anywhere else. Take it by Casey. Don't go spend any money getting it detailed. Don't go spend money putting new tires on it before you sell it. Don't do any of that yet. Go see Casey. Let him appraise it for you. Let him make you an offer for it. He's going to make an offer on just about every vehicle you take there, as long as it's running and ain't just being held together by, yarn and duct tape. And let him make you a number, put a number on it. It's going to be a fair market value offer. It's going to be a local check that you can go cash today at a local bank, not some counterfeit cashier's check that you had to meet some thug in Jackson to sell your vehicle to. Come on now, be smart. Be smart. Ellis Autoplex. All right, back to the phone line. We got State Rep Fred Shanks here for our last full segment of the day. Fred, so you and I, we like to just talk politics and, talk shop.
Right.
Stephen A. Smith, now look, I don't think he's a serious candidate, but you know what? A lot of people said that about Donald Trump.
Man, it's making sense.
Here's my prediction before. Now, I think he's gonna. Okay, it's not a prediction. It's more of the only way he can win. Let me say that.
Right.
The only way he can win with what he's spewing right now is if he somehow can end up on the Republican ticket, because the left ain't gonna buy into all this common sense stuff.
Okay, so I mean you're tracking. So honestly, if you look at prior to 2016, the Trump effect is what I'm going to call it. Love them or hate it. But up until that point, the Republicans were 90s Democrats, right? The Bush, Clinton, I mean, there was not much difference between the Bush and the Clinton. And then when Trump comes out, he's the anti-politician. He's a businessman, totally, unrelated to politics. And he comes out screaming, calling out Bushes and the Clintons. Next thing you know, he's the president. He got disgusted with the party to make a change. That is exactly what's happening with Stephen A. Smith as a Democrat.
And he's got the platform.
I mean, look, his sports stuff, whatever. I agree with some of it. Some of it I don't.
It's entertainment.
Politically, he's saying the right things. I mean, and like you said, it's just common sense. I mean, it's nothing. I mean, he calls people out, but it's nothing like super controversial, in my opinion. So you just don't know. I mean, a lot of people thought Trump didn't have a shot either. So maybe he does. Their bench is not very deep right now.
So I just pulled up Stephen A. Smith's YouTube channel, which is independent of ESPN. And it's where he talks his politics and all that. Has his own independent show. He's also on Sirius XM satellite radio every day too. So that's millions and millions and millions more there. But he's got 1.3 million subs, 1.34 million subs on his YouTube channel and growing. Yeah. He just launched this thing last year. So just
man, that's pretty impressive.
He's got a big platform. He's got millions more followers over on X. Let me just look there real quick. And again, every time he gets on, he's doing the conservative podcast circle and whatnot. And as conservatives, I don't know why we're going on or we're allowing Democrats on our platforms. And I'm just being honest here. I mean, I'm all for commerce. He's got 6 million followers on X. So it's like when Gavin Newsom started his podcast and he's having all these Republicans on there. And the whole thing was to come on there and make Gavin look like he's a in the middle guy kind of thing. He wants to be the Joe Rogan on the left. And, and I'm like, why are we feeding this beast by going on this show? Charlie Kirk went on it. And everybody's like, well, I just want to have conversations. I don't mind doing that with a Bill Maher type guy that I truly think is a traditional liberal. But Bill Maher's also not a politician that's thinking about running for president of the United States of America. I thought it was very stupid for some of our guys to go on Gavin's show and then letting Stephen come on these conservative shows. It's like, hey man, you're giving the quote unquote enemy ammunition.
Yeah. Well, I guess the counterpoint to that is he's exposing how ridiculous the liberals are, in their talking points. So, I guess it exposes. I'm okay with that just because it exposes the crazies even more. But I certainly do get your point. But the bench is not deep. They're really pushing. Gavin, who made a complete ass of himself in Atlanta. Talking about how he can't read and this and that, and
he'll never be able to shake that off.
No, he's got so much baggage. But then you've got AOC, who goes to Munich about 2 weeks ago with Hillary Clinton and gets into this international policy discussion of which she knows nothing about because, you go back and look. I mean, she's an actress and she auditioned for the role and won by her chief of staff. Her original chief of staff is the one who funded all her campaign. He's the one that, and she wasn't the only one, but she was one of the ones that auditioned for the part.
And he left. He left too a couple of years ago.
Yeah, but and she gets over in Munich and starts and asks some serious, international policy questions, and she freezes. It looks like for 30 seconds, which is a long time when you're on camera. And she doesn't know what she's doing, and that's who they're really promoting, her and Newsom. And, they're not serious people. But you got someone like Stephen A. Smith who has a brain. I think he's gonna cause them some problems. Well, and good, as long as he keeps exposing how crazy that side is, I'm okay with him, and I like watching it.
Yeah,
but,
so
their bench can't touch our bench. So
he will get a certain portion of the left. He will get a lot of people in the center, left of center, right of center, who are a little disinfected or disaffected, maybe disinfected was the right word, disaffected with kind of what's going on. So I think he'll definitely get the black male vote, not to stereotype here, but just just the barbershop black male vote. I think that's his core. I think that's his core audience. I always refer to as the barbershop crowd because that's when his show's on. Is at 9 a.m, 10 a.m. crowd, and I think he'll get. I don't know about black women. I think they are so brainwashed and so ate up with just hardcore liberalism that black women and white women are going to go with whoever the craziest white woman or far left person is. If it's Pete Buttigieg and that, they're going to go with Pete Buttigieg.
Well, I don't see that. The black community is not going to, and that was the problem with Buttigieg is the black community, they're not buying into him. And that just is what it is. And they figured that out and kind of backed off of him. And I think a lot of black women, more than you would think, support Trump. I really do.
Well, no, I'm talking about black Democrat women. I'm sorry. Black liberal women.
Now, but I think you're 100% correct on the black males going with Stephen Smith. I do.
Me too.
Because again, they're just not buying into the woke stuff.
Yeah, but then you got a lot of urban white males too in big cities that I think would also go with Stephen A. Smith. It's a weird, it's a bunch of different demographics that kind of splice up on that side. I think he can win a primary. I do. Now, can he win the general? I don't think so, but it depends on who do we line up on our side. Stephen can talk. He brings that Donald Trump professional wrestling kind of sideshow to it that I love. I ain't never voting Democrat, but I love the sideshow, the freak show, the guy who ain't afraid to get out there and verbally joust.
Yeah, that's right.
Because you put him on
Trump so much when he first came out in all those debates. He was just throwing daggers, man. And I was like, this is the guy.
Can you imagine Stephen A. Smith doing a debate on stage with the liberal nut jobs like AOC and Pete Buttigieg or Kamala Harris? Stephen A. versus Kamala, who's seriously thinking about running again. Can you just imagine that debate?
Yeah. He'd tear him up, man. He'd tear him up. Because like I said, he's used to speaking in front of the camera. He's used to expressing his opinions. Honestly, I think he would do very, very well. I really do. They're underestimating him.
Could we if I'm just dream booking here, fantasy booking, could we get Stephen A. versus Jasmine Crockett toe to toe in a debate?
Oh, I'm here for it.
Me too. Fred Shanks, man, thank you for coming on this morning, brother. Let's
friend.
Do it again next Friday. Oh, real quick, Fred, do you know in 30 seconds or less, do you know anything about this bill that's supposed to give felons their voting rights back? Have you heard anything about this?
Yeah. We've been working on that. I've been working on that with my colleague and your friend Price Wallace. We've been working on that for really the past couple of years. So we're pushing for that. We believe in it. And there's a bunch of requirements in there. And once somebody's paid their debt to society and it's not a violent crime, in just kind of a quick nutshell, they deserve to get their vote their rights back to vote. So
is that coming out of committee?
It has, and it's kind of working its way in the process right now. But we are pushing for it for sure.
Good stuff, Fred Shanks. Thank you, brother.
Always. Talk to you later.
Peace. We'll be right back. Land the plane for the day. Don't go anywhere. This is the Clay Edwards Show. All right, guys. I hope we got all your questions with Fred answered there. And that was some people had texted in some stuff, and somebody had called the office line about that felony question. Yeah, I am all about felons getting their voting rights back. Nonviolent felons getting their voting rights back, unless they were partaking in stealing elections or something like that. Let them have their voting rights back, or violence, rape, assault, anything like that. Aggravated assault, robbery, you know what I mean? White collar crimes. Let them have their damn voting rights back. Drug selling, let them have their voting rights back within reason. So that's always been something I fought for. They should get their voting rights back, and I think they should have a path to redemption to get the felony off their record, so they're not held back from any employment opportunities as long as they check off all the boxes. to be able to get it expunged. I think that we need to, once you've paid your debt to society, we seriously need to start looking at second chances for people. Not everybody's built to come out of prison and start a business and become a millionaire. Those stories are slim to none. Not everybody can come out of prison and start a podcast and become a content creator, millionaire. Like some people just are meant to be good, hard workers. And we're creating our own problem of poverty in this country by tagging people as felons and them not being able to get certain jobs because they're felons. And then we keep them in poverty. Well, they got themselves there. Y'all know me. I'm all about accountability. They got themselves there, but we're not giving them a way out of that. It's like we're putting this scarlet letter on them. And I just think some people do, in fact, deserve a second chance. Some people deserve a third chance, but that's just my thoughts and feelings on it. I know y'all think I'm just some far right, nut job, but there are some things I have pretty liberal views on. And that's probably the most liberal view I carry is we need some prison reform. We need some criminal justice reform. Some people ain't going to jail long enough. And some people are going to jail for too long for shit they shouldn't be going to jail for too long on. And there's some people who deserve pardons straight across the board. And there's some people who deserve to have their record wiped clean after a certain time. And honestly, like Trump did the Trump gold card where you can just buy your citizenship. You know what? If somebody come up with enough money, let them buy their felony off the record. And that money go to whatever. Pick something good for it to go to other than just the general fund. I don't know. I'm just kind of talking out the side of my mouth this morning. You guys have a blessed weekend. Get out, support these great sponsors. And I'll be back here Monday morning, 3 full hours, 7:07 a.m. to 10 a.m. I don't know what we're going to talk about yet. I don't know who's going to be on here with me, but I do appreciate it. And shout out to the mod. He upgraded his sponsorship level to platinum. I'm going platinum. Ain't that what Kid Rock said? I'll see y'all Monday. Salute.